Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the GPP Core presented by Awesemo.com, sponsored by Jock Market. We'll be building a few DraftKings lineups using our tools, primarily the Boom Bust tool on Awesemo.com and the top stacks. So I'm going to start with the chalkier stack, Matthew Stafford. The Rams have been a little bit shaky recently, but they have an amazing matchup versus Jacksonville that has been really weak versus the pass. Plus, they got, great weapons on the team. I don't know exactly who I'm going to be looking at this week because Odell Beckham Jr. is questionable. He's out. Ben Skoverneck's going to be a nice contrarian play, but for the moment, let's stick to Higbee, Van Jefferson, and Kupp. I think Higbee is pretty low owned this week, so I want to get him. And then Kupp, I think also top wide receiver. I do think we might want to run it back if we're going with the Rams stack this week because we want the Rams to keep passing. Robinson's questionable. Chenault, I know he's been having some rough performances, but we are going for an outlier performance here. All right. At running back, we got so many good options. One with the expensive sacks, I might need some value. Jamal Williams for the Lions stands out as a great option. They're motivated to win because they're winless so far, and Swift is out, so the volume is going to be really good. Antonio Gibson with no J.D. McKissick stands out as a great volume spot too, as well as James Conner. Let's go with Gibson for the moment. All right, and then we need a defense. So I do think we've been a little bit chalky so far. So maybe we go with a little bit of a contrarian option at defense. Let's go to one of our sleepers, the Bengals. Not a great matchup versus the Chargers, but we should be able to take out a decent chunk of lineups that have exposure to those players if this works. Wide receiver, we need a little bit of value. So let's go to Hunter Renfro. He stands out as a great play this week where Washington football team's defense is pretty weak versus the pass, and he's been getting a ton of targets. With Darren Waller out, he should get even more looks. Then we got 5,800 left, so maybe we mix it up with a contrarian play here at running back with Miles Sanders. He was injured partway through the last game, so it really wasn't a good indication of what to expect from him this week. And the matchup versus the Jets is pretty favorable. So I do have $600 left that maybe I can upgrade one of these guys. All right. But I don't see anything immediately. This would just be one you want to take a closer look at. I guess we could go up at defense, maybe get the Cardinals. Let's see how that. It might dip in contrarian, so I think that you're trying to balance these two, so maybe going contrarian is a little bit better. But I definitely don't want to leave 600 on the table. All right, lineup 2, sacking the Dolphins. To a great matchup versus Giants. He's been completing passes at a very high rate, which has been encouraging, but the pass rate of the Dolphins is very high, so that's a reason to buy in. Probably want to get two of these 4 guys. Devontae Parker is still questionable this week, but he's been practicing. Not sure if he's going to get activated or not. So let's just go with Gesicki and Waddle for the moment. On the Giants side, Daniel Jones just got ruled out, as well as Tony. So I think that you could go to Slayton or Galladay or Saquon. I kind of like Saquon this week because with Mike Glennon at quarterback, maybe he gets some more dump offs to really boost him in PPR. All right. Let's go to running back position. We went cheap at the stack, so we should be able to get some studs. Alexander Madison is one of the guys I'm really looking at this week because he, with no Dalvin Cook, they don't really have any other running backs they like to use a ton in Minnesota, so I think he should get a monster workload in a game where they're big favorites. All right, I need some salary relief, so let's go to Desean Jackson. He played on about half of Vegas passing plays last week, which was the highest workload he's had this whole season, and he performed pretty well. He could get even more of a bump in playing time this week. So the bottom end of wide receiver is really dead this week, so I do see him as a great option. Let's put in a cheap defense here so that we know how much money we're working with. The Bears versus Kyler Murray. I mean, not the greatest in the world spot, but they're really cheap. Not a bad defense. See how that looks when I finish the lineup. All right, maybe we'll go with another running back in the flex. James, they can't go with James Conner and the Bears. Let's go with James Conner. With no Edmonds, he should definitely have a great workload. And then instead of Bears, let's put in the Steelers. Lamar is a good fantasy quarterback, but capable of mistakes. And then let's go with Brandon Cooks at wide receiver. Tyrod should be a pretty good spot for him. A little bit of a tough matchup, but you should get some good passing volume if the Colts get that 28 points that Vegas is expecting. And this lineup ended up being a lot more contrarian than most, and the projection is really good as well. So I think that's a really solid lineup. Finally, I know you guys are going to roll your eyes at this one, but I can't help but roster a bunch of Matt Ryan this week. The Bucs have a very extreme pass funnel defense, and the Falcons already slant towards the pass. So I'm just seeing a ton of value and potential here. I do like Pitts and Gage. I don't think you really need to run it back in this instance, but I think there's so many good Bucs options that you might as well. So I think Godwin and Evans are probably the best bets, just hoping this game goes more pass heavy and there's more plays. So, all right, at running back, I do like Jamal Williams this week. I think that I like Madison too. I probably don't want both in the same lineup because they both produce mostly in running game, and the running production is going to be negatively correlated between the two. I feel like I'm going to feel bad if I don't have one lineup with Jonathan Taylor, just because versus the Texans, he could easily break the slate. Let's start in defense here. Let's go with the Seahawks this time. I think versus Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo is not the most accurate quarterback, so that could easily pay off for us. All right, we need some salary relief pretty badly here, so I think maybe going double tight end is justified. Foster Moreau is a good option with no Waller, so I don't mind slotting him in there. And then I got plenty of money for a stud wide receiver. I do actually need this extra 100 to get to Jamar Chase. So let me throw in O'Shaughnessy instead, and then Chase. We have as a positive leverage play this week. So 20 to 30th percentile contrarian ranking, 80 90th in value. So pretty solid, but the second lineup did look a lot better. And I want to mention our sponsor, Jock Market. You can get exposure to all these same guys, but it's a totally different format. It's like investing in players, like the stock market. So they have an IPO, and you bid on the players. So we have our projected payouts for each player. Where Jamal Williams, if he finished first, you get $25 on the slate, but you get payouts for whatever place he finishes. We have him averaging $7. And I think that you might be able to get a deal on a guy like that isn't as popular. So you have a $50 match bonus with the promo code Awesemo. Make sure to check out Jock Market. Guys, let me know what you're feeling about Week 13. And if you haven't liked this video, hit that like, that subscribe, and make sure to check out the FanDuel one if you want some FanDuel lamps. All right, guys, good luck this week.